do what is comfortable for you and start doing what is best for the child.
Mm-hmm. That's right. Mm-hmm. That's right.
Hey, Misha, heard it first, man, right here on Focus Radio. Mrs. Taylor.
Yes.
Before we end the business segment, can you tell the people the great work you are doing for Tillman, and tell a little bit about Tillman, who is running for a seat?
Oh yes. Yeah. Here's something I want to impress upon our community, that politics, elections are not just every 4 years in the general election. Politics is every single solitary day. Now, there is a gentleman running in Texas. His name is Jerome Tillman. He just happens to be my baby brother. But he has the work ethic that I have. He makes it his business to get informed. He is very compassionate. He has taught middle school. He's taught at the college level. And he is interested in making a change. I often tell folks when they get into business, new blood is the lifeblood, especially if you're doing network marketing. We need some new blood on the hill. And what you do here...
God, the A21. Yeah. Say that again, Mr.
Okay.
New blood is the lifeblood.
That's
it
right.
Is. New blood is the lifeblood.
Yes,
and God knows that we need some new blood and some fresh ideas on that hill. We also need people who look like us.
That's right.
Who represent our interests.
We need some new blood in life.
You don't get this shit nowhere but Focus Radio.
Yes, we need some new blood in life.
You don't get this nowhere but Focus Radio.
Yes, indeed.
Tune in to A21. What's the 411?
Yes, indeed.
Angela Taylor on the YouTube.
Yeah, now, Jerome Tillman is a native Washingtonian. He is a retired major in the military. I remember back in the 70s when the military down in Panama was trying to screw him over, but he was not having it. He fought the military and he won. He retired honorably from the military several years later. But what I'm saying is that he's informed on so many fronts. A person who's informed about the community, what black folks need in terms of housing, what they need in terms of education. And he familiarizes himself with the tax system, things that will hurt us and things that will help us. If you know anybody in the state of Texas, Jerome Tillman is in the District of El Paso. Start passing this stuff out. Call folks if they're in a sorority or fraternity. Alert them that he is running. Because I promise you people, we need people who care about our best interests on the Hill.
That's right.
Now, I am his national treasure, and I'm very proud of it. I may be taking a plane or two once he wins the primary in March. The election's in June. But that is for Jerome Tillman, who is in the state of Texas. And again, I implore you, if you know people anywhere in the state, because they may know some people in that area that you don't know, share this information. That's thing number one. And since we're talking about politics, and if I got another minute or two, let's pay attention to the tax cuts, because we have elections coming up next Tuesday, November the 7th. I know everybody listening knows somebody in Virginia, excuse me, and maybe somebody in New Jersey. Folks, you got to show up and you got to show out. Donald Trump is making a bid or a push for tax cuts. And I know if you even caught a piece of the news, he's trying to cut out state tax. And I know a lot of y'all are saying, yay, I can keep that $150, $200 in my pocket. But you think about it, if he pulls that out, that means who's going to collect your trash?
Exactly.
Who's going to collect recycling? Who's going to shovel your snow? Don't fall for the okie doke for that extra $150 or $200 that you get to keep in your pocket. Because if that's cut out, then you're going to have to come out of your pocket. And if it's privatized, I promise you, you're going to pay a whole lot more. We got a call coming in, so I guess I'm going to have to... not yet.
Focus Radio, how you doing? You are now tuned in.
Thank you.
Mrs. Erica Proctor. Hey y'all, we got our guest on the airlines right now. Mrs. Erica Proctor, don't go nowhere. Thanks for tuning in to Focus Radio. Let's finish up with this business segment and we'll be right back at you. Don't go nowhere. Hold on.
Okay, I'm just telling you, Virginia and New Jersey, you all have to show up and show out. And don't believe every little single thing that you see on the internet, because again, they're in the state of Virginia, internet trolls are being set up against Northam.
Right.
Now, from what I can see on his platform, I don't live in Virginia, but he would get my vote. Number one, he's a pediatrician. He cares for the children, and the children are the future. He has put some good policies in place. But the snippets that you see on the news where he backed up this child predator and got his rights restricted, they took a little bleep from a speech that he made and put it on there like he was supporting that person. Those kinds of things are unconscionable. Let's not look at what folks, or, let's not look at the negative ads and actually look at the folks' records. And those are public records. You can go on the internet and search them out. But again, I don't live in the state of Virginia, and I'm saying all this to say, stop believing the hype. Stop believing everything.
Right. I was getting ready to say that.
That you have not, if you haven't vetted it, and if it does not come from a reputable journalist, I'm not talking about the little blurbs that you see on Facebook, which is something that will upset you, but it's no source down there. Don't pass that crap along. Get your information. You can get it from Focus Radio, or you can get it yourself.
That's just like that EMP thing. Everybody was talking about the what is it? The electric magnetic pulse.
Oh, electromagnetic pulse.
Yes, they passed that all through Facebook. Had people scared. That's just like the millennium thing. You know what I'm saying? People, I did some research on that, and people actually killed themselves. It was a lot of, suicide was on an all-time high during the millennium thing. Same thing here. Yeah. But
stop buying into the hype. Get your information firsthand. They put it, not only do they put it in on internet form, they put it in book and newspaper form. And they do have some reputable news channel, not Fox 5 and Friends, or Fox and Friends.
Heard it first, man.
We got to show up. We got to show up.
And show out.
Heard it first. Yeah, I heard it first, man. Right here on Focus Radio with that business segment, 821. Make sure you tune in and follow Mrs. Angela Taylor on Facebook. What's the 411 on YouTube, and Angela Taylor on the IG.
Yes, indeed.
We are flowing right along, man. I love it tonight. I'm feeling real good tonight. Yeah. We have Mrs. Erica Proctor on the phone. And segment tonight will be stopping the violence and increasing the peace. This is courtesy of Daryl Hurston with the Crime Victims Foundation. And she's going to tell her story. So I'm getting ready to bring Mrs. Erica Proctor in. 301-477-2616 is the call-in number. I'm your host with the most, Focus Phil.
Yes.
Co-host, Black Rose, and also Angela Taylor. Coming up, y'all, in maybe 20 to 25 minutes, so you got some time. Antonio Willer and also Tiffany Young. Mrs. Proctor, you ready? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You're now tuned in to Focus Radio. Mrs. Erica Proctor, how you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Fantastic.
That's good.
Now, Mrs. Proctor, I'm saying Mrs. just out of respect that I have. But are you married?
No, I'm not.
Okay. Erica, what's up, Erica? You are now tuned in to Focus Radio, Erica. I want to say thank you. First of all, thank you for your strength, being able to call in and being able to bring awareness after what I heard, what happened to your son. And courtesy of Daryl Hurston from the Crime Victim Foundation, kind of told me briefly what happened. But I don't want to tell the people what happened. I want the mom to tell the people what happened. I want to stop this violence and increase the peace. So, Mrs. Erica Proctor, tell us your story.
Okay. It happened March 2nd, 2012. My son left home and went with a friend. And can y'all hear me?
We can hear you.
Okay. And he went to afternoon.
Take your time. Focus Radio. Okay, you say, what happened again? I'm sorry.
Okay. It was March 2nd, 2012. He went with a friend to have, I guess, went to the mall or whatever. And my son was shot. I received the phone call at like 4:20 that he was shot.
Wow.
And it was, I guess the guy that he was with was having an argument with the young man that shot my son, and I don't know if he was shooting at he wasn't shooting at my son, he was shooting at his friend, and the bullet hit my son.
Your son was how old at this time, Ms. Proctor?
He was 18.
18 years old. And where did this occur?
28th Avenue and Keating Street behind Iverson Mall.
Wow.
Temple Hills, Maryland.
Yeah.
Wow. An argument with another guy. Now, who had this argument with this guy?
My son's friend, not my son. My son had nothing to do with the argument. And it was some females involved. The females, I guess, were playing cards with the young man, and they were arguing over how to play spades. And the argument went from the girls telling him to leave, and he pushed one of the girls, and I guess he was like, he felt some type of way because the girls beat him up.
Oh, wow.
You know, so he said, I'll be back with the gun. But in the meantime, the girl called my son's friend and told him, I guess one of the girls was dating him, and told him that they was arguing, but then called back about 10, 15 minutes later saying that they were fighting. So he came around there, and the friend supposedly told my son, go home, and my son was like, that's not what friends do. And the guy came back, and he shot from down the street, and my son was shot in the head.
Oh,
Wow.
my God.
Let me ask you, Ms. Proctor. Does your son know of this guy that did this? Was this a regular person that hung out with this group of kids?
Did he know who? The young man that shot him?
Yeah.
No, he did not know him.
Wow.
And your son was the only person, innocent bystander,
Yes.
that was shot. And your son was shot in the head.
Yeah.
Now bring these times back to me. Your son left home about approximately what time?
He left home around 6 o'clock that afternoon.
Mm-hmm.
He was